Welcome to another episode of The American Dream. I'm your host, Craig Sewing, stepping in today for Jen Morris. I've been traveling all across the country creating this show, and today we're going to explore the real estate and lifestyle and culture all across the country, and we're specifically going to show you some high-rise condos in Miami, San Diego, and New York City. You're going to love what we have to show you on these condos. Also, we're going to give you some local information about what's happening in your own backyard. Let's get the American Dream started right now.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
The American Dream is a national show that combats negative media through real estate and lifestyle. And even though it's a national show, all housing markets are local. So today, we're going to start with a local segment with an award-winning realtor to show you what's happening in your city. Let's go check it out right now.
16 years ago, my history in real estate started here right down the road. I chose La Jolla to be the place where I started my real estate career because La Jolla is not just known for the fantastic real estate. This is the center of San Diego's culture, their art, the science, and the commerce that comes out of our city. La Jolla is truly an iconic area. And that's the same exact reason why my brand, Pacific Sotheby's International Realty, chose this to be the global headquarters. And though La Jolla is known for $10 and $20 million real estate, there's a lesser known area at the top of Mount Soledad where you can get a home for under $2 million. And I've got one I'm going to take you in today that's incredible. Welcome to Soledad Court, and before we dig into this home, let me tell you where you are. We are on an east promontory overlooking the rest of the world from the top of La Jolla, and though this community is known for $3, $4, and $5 million homes, this property, under $2 million, offers a view to the sunrise that's incredible. But let's take you inside so you can see for yourself. The detail on these doors is just the beginning of what you see in this home. The kitchens and bathrooms made by Perch. Every single detail was thought through in this home. But what you really notice is the space. You've got walls that have been pushed out, windows that have been pushed up to the ceiling. You've got 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, almost 2,500 square feet. The real reason you want to be here is the exterior. Welcome to the outdoor space of 2442 Soledad. The inside, of course, is very impressive. The spaces, the materials, the decisions were on point. But the exterior is really what makes this home so special. You've got the outdoor TV, you've got the outdoor full kitchen and kegerator. This area that is a beautiful exterior living room sitting almost in the canopy of the trees. And in fact, someone told me once that this home reminds them of a term called forest bathing. And what forest bathing is in the 1980s, the Japanese coined this term to talk about the health impact of being so close to nature. You almost feel like you're sitting up here in a tree fort of sorts. And that exterior living, that closeness to nature, is what makes La Jolla real estate so special. And this home is a perfect example.
Hope you enjoyed that local segment from your own neighborhood. Now, today's storyline is going to be about high-rises from San Diego to Miami to New York City. But before we go to that national story, let's go to your next local segment from another award-winning realtor sharing a story from your neighborhood.
Hi, I'm John Reeves. Welcome to The American Dream. I have the blessing of being the guest host on today's show. The American Dream's purpose is to educate, empower, and engage the consumers out there all over the country. Today, I have a great opportunity to talk to one of the premier lenders in this entire state. Dan Kaminsky is here today, and we're going to talk a little bit about the veterans and VA loans and how this is one of the most powerful assets they can use. So I myself was a veteran. I did 10 years in the Marine Corps myself. One of the things that I learned in the Marine Corps was buying a home was really never talked about. There was a lot of things that you learn about, GI Bill, tuition assistance. There's a lot of tremendous benefits you learn about in the military, but one of the biggest benefits you never learn about, you're never taught in the military, is about the VA loan, which enables a veteran to buy a home for no money down. Dan Kaminsky, who's been doing this 17 years, over 2,000 home loans he's done. And we're gonna talk a little bit about how we educate veterans for the VA loan and what he's doing specifically. So Dan, thank you so much for showing up today and just being a part of our team.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, John. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's always an honor to have you here, and I'm so glad that we can teach our veterans about the VA loan. He's been in the business 17 years, and he's just had enormous blessings of opportunity out there, being able to help people get into their first home. It's just a blessing to watch how many lives he's been able to change. You've watched veterans come through your door for the last 17 years, and we both have this inherent belief that they do this because they've learned about it, and the ones who don't aren't educated. So talk a bit about that. Why is this a problem?
Yeah, so what it is it's very hard to get information out there right now on VA loans. And so VA loans are the most beneficial loan out there by far. There's no other loan that's even close to as beneficial as a VA loan.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate that there isn't more information for vets and active military to know the benefits of that.
Let's just kind of tell our guests and our people watching today, what are the 3 biggest benefits that you see in the VA loan?
So the 3 biggest benefits, number 1 is just the fact you have no down payment. You can literally buy a house with no out-of-pocket expense, which is hard to believe, and I know most people don't know that, but even closing costs can get paid for by the seller. So you can literally buy a house with nothing out of pocket.
Excellent.
The second benefit is you can use a VA loan as many times as you want. So if you have a VA loan currently, you actually can get a second VA loan at the same time as the one you currently have, as well as selling a house or refinancing and buying another house with a VA loan. So, and the third benefit is you can build equity in a property. So
yeah, and I love that one. Let's say someone buys here in San Diego for 0 down, and they own the property 5 years. We know that San Diego real estate over the last 50 years has gone up steadily 4% per year. Now, there have been up years where it's gone up 20%. There's been years where it's gone down. However, steadily over 50 years, 4%. Yeah. So if someone owns a property, buys their first home for $500,000, and it goes up 4% a year, and they sell it in 5 years, or decide to sell in 5 years, maybe they don't, what happens?
So when they go to sell that property in 5 years, if they've earned 4% per year, then that's a total 20% return. So if you buy a house for $500,000, you're selling it 5 years later and getting $100,000 from the sale of that house.
That's a massive benefit, and one of the things that we do together that I think is very, very important for our people watching today is our VA loan seminars, which we give consistently. We educate, empower, and engage our veterans about the VA loan because most people just don't know. So we do them at breweries, and we provide beer, and we provide food. They get a night out with us, and we just educate them for about an hour and a half. It's free. Look us up, come out to one of our seminars, and you'll be glad that you did, but most importantly, you will learn, and that is really what this is about. So Dan, I want to say thank you so much for coming out today. It's always a gift to be able to spend some one-on-one time with you. Thank you for what you do for veterans and for what you've done over the last 17 years for over 2,000 home buyers in this area. So,
thank you so much, Ben, for having me. I really appreciate it.
Excellent. We're signing off the American Dream today. Remember, we're there to educate, empower, and engage. Thank you for your time today. We will see you next time.
All right, now for the national storyline. We're going to visit a high-rise condo. You're going to absolutely love this one. Let's go check out New York.
We're here on the Upper East Side, 76th Street and Park Avenue, where Richard Steinberg of Douglas Elliman has transformed his $39 million listing into the Holiday House for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. This is truly where interior design meets philanthropy. Let's go inside and check what they've got.
Hey everyone, how are you? I am so excited that you're here. I have a special treat for you today. We're at 118 East 76th Street. I've given it to my good friend, Iris Dankner. She's brought 20 designers in to transform this white box into a showplace. So I'm here now with Iris Dankner. She's the founder of Holiday House.
Thanks for having me here. I am the founder of Holiday House. I am an interior designer, but I'm also a 20-year breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed at my first routine mammogram, and it actually saved my life. And after that, I started fundraising and giving back. I decided to create Holiday House as a way to tie my two passions together, my love of interior design and my passion to eradicate breast cancer. So it's put the new fun back in fundraising. I think you'll really love the house.
It is 14,000 square feet, 6 floors, 9 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, and the best part is the top floor, which is an indoor pool with a spa and a gym lounge overlooking the pool. So we're in one of the 8 bedrooms of the house, the master bedroom. The colors in this house are just so soothing. It's probably, I think, the most beautiful house I've ever seen. So we are now in the master bedroom closet. I would hardly call this a closet because we have a dirty coat so that we can have our own in-house dry cleaner. We also have the cappuccino maker. We have about $50,000 worth of custom wood built-ins. So we're now in the master bath, which is entirely made of onyx. Magnificent blue onyx. So I call this my New York room. A lot of things I want to tell you about. First of all, this is not wallpaper. There was a graffiti artist that came in for 2 straight days and hand painted every inch of this wall. How about the rock climbing wall? I love this room. So we're in the relaxation lounge. I find the room very zen. There was a designer / feng shui master who came in to make sure that this room was perfectly proportioned and that the positive energy flowed throughout the entire room. So this is our wine tasting room. You have everything you need here. This is one of 2 gardens, as well as the top floor, which has 3 terraces. And accent lighting, which you really can't see because it's daytime, but at night it's like a private club. So now we're on the top floor of the house. I call it the spa floor. As we enter, we have a sauna on the right. We then have a dressing room with steam room. Doesn't every New York City townhouse have an indoor swimming pool and a lounge overlooking the pool? This tile in the pool was fashioned after a hotel in Marrakesh. So what spa floor would be complete unless you had your own personal massage room? After all, it's a rough day when you have to swim, take a sauna, take a steam. You certainly don't want to go on another floor.
The thing about high-rise condos that are so amazing is you lose the yard work, the maintenance. It's a turnkey solution. Really cool way to live your life. Now, we're taking you to Miami, to Millionaires Row. You're going to absolutely love this condo we have to show you. Let's go check it out.
Good morning, American Dream. Brett Eaglstein here, Director of Luxury Sales with the Carroll Group of Douglas Elliman. This morning I'm going to show you one of my favorite new listings located in Millionaires Row. And for those of you who don't know what Millionaires Row is, it is a stretch in Miami Beach from 41st Street to 62nd Street with some of the most famous condo buildings ever built. People love Millionaires Row in Miami Beach for a few reasons. First and foremost, its walkability factor. Second, the high-end boutiques, fine restaurants, and of course, those soft sandy beaches. So without further ado, let's go check out Mason Grand, Unit 817. guys ready for these views? Let's go check it out. This unit features 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plus a bonus room, all within 167 square feet. My client fully renovated this unit back in 2015. She brought the entire unit down to the studs, giving her the ability to change the wiring, the electrical, the plumbing. She opened up the kitchen to give you that nice, open, modern floor plan, installed stainless steel appliances, custom cabinetry, beautiful quartz countertops, all giving you the ability to enjoy your amazing view. One of the sexiest features to this entire unit is the ambient lighting throughout the kitchen as well as the living areas. But let's not forget safety here. My client also installed brand new hurricane impact windows and doors throughout the entire property. One of the best parts of the master bedroom is the direct ocean-facing views. You get to enjoy beautiful sunrises in the morning and get to watch the amazing cruise ships sail by at night. And let's not forget about this gorgeous balcony. This balcony is massive. It extends the entire length of the unit with 2 access points through the living room as well as the master bedroom, giving everyone the ability to enjoy this magical view. There's been a recent spike in demand for properties located on Millionaires Row due to the recent completion of the Boardwalk expansion project. The Boardwalk, which starts in South Beach, used to stop at 41st Street. Now it goes all the way north up to Bal Harbor. So picture this for a moment. You live here, you want to enjoy a nice dinner in South Beach, it is a short 20-minute bike ride and boom, you're at Joe's Stone Crabs enjoying a massive, glorious meal, which also happens to be my favorite restaurant.
All right, now we're going to take you to America's finest city, San Diego, and you're going to hear from award-winning realtor Seth O'Byrne, who's going to give you a little bit of a history lesson on high-rises. Let's go check it out right now.
As far as definitions go, skyscraper is a really interesting one because over the last 100 years, it's actually changed. Back in the 1800s, a skyscraper had to be 10 floors. And now, all over the world, if you want to be considered a skyscraper, you have to be 40 floors at a minimum. Louis Sullivan one time famously wrote what the characteristic of a skyscraper is. He said it has to be lofty, it has to be tall, it has to exalt the power and the glory of the building. There can be no dissenting lines from the base of the building to the top where it touches the sky. And the building I'm going to take you in today captures not just the definition of skyscraper, but the feeling as well. In fact, it's so well known as one of the most impressive buildings in San Diego, the name itself is called the Pinnacle. There are literally hundreds of homes in a high-rise as large as the Pinnacle, but there's only one residence 1405. The wood-clad walls that were put into this home were put in by B&B Design, famous designers from Chicago. They're known for their high-rises. And this wood is not only beautiful in the hallway, they wrap it over the wall and onto the cabinet face of the Sub-Zero fridge. You see it in the uppers, you see it in the lower cabinets, and you see right when you walk in here that there's a cohesiveness, there's a purposefulness in this design. There's also a lot of secrets, and one of my favorite ones is a secret library right over here. San Diego high-rises, much different than those of Chicago and New York and Seattle, were primarily built as 1 and 2 bedrooms. And so when you have the luxury of owning Residence 1405, one of the largest floor plans in the building, you get a third space, which gives you space for a library, space to look at your art, space to just contemplate and read a nice book. And that's truly what luxury is, because it's not just what you need, it's what you want. You know, there are floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall windows and high-rises all over the world. But Residence 1405, the windows seam at this corner of the building, this critical corner looking west and looking north. It's not until you get up to the 14th floor in this building that you get views this huge. You're looking at a living history of San Diego. That's what makes this home so amazing. Anybody who's visionary enough to construct or design a home like Residence 1405 is visionary enough to need inspiration day to day. And of course, the most obvious inspiration in this property is the view that you have out the master bedroom window. But the inspiration inside, through the design, through the subway tile, the freestanding tub, the spa-like lockers and shoe display, there's so many design touches that are the hand of man. But it's all just tribute to this view right here, because it truly is an inspiration. And it might surprise you that the best room, the most important room, my favorite room in Residence 1405 isn't a room at all. It's actually the balcony. And this is one of 2 balconies, but by far the most important. It looks west towards Point Loma, discovered by Juan Cabrillo. It looks south to Coronado, one of the most important pieces of San Diego's coastal history. It looks even further south and inland to Mexico. You can see 2 North American countries from this balcony. So when you think about everything inside, you think about the importance of this high-rise in the building, and you think about the views that just become commonplace in your everyday life in a home like this, it makes sense that it's called the Pinnacle.
All right, that's a wrap. Thank you for letting me step in and host today's episode of The American Dream. Hope you enjoyed all the high rises and also the local segments featuring your neighborhood. The American Dream is a national show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget, outside of the show, we'd love for you to follow us, breathe oxygen into this positive message. Follow us on social media, tags below. That's all for today. We'll see you next time.
The preceding program was sponsored by Ignite Now Media with promotional consideration by its affiliated partners.